Good evening, Toasters. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Let's go. Tory Lanez gets sentenced to 10 years state penitentiary time. That's stiff. That seems pretty stiff. Seems like he was over-sentenced. I'll be surprised if he does the entire 10. But for the record, I don't think Tory shot her. I don't think Tory shot Meg Thee Stallion. I could be wrong, of course. I was not there. But just from the testimony, just seems flaky. Seems weak. I think the friend, I think her name is Kelsey, I think she shot her. I really do. But Tory not wanting to snitch, trying to keep it real. He ate it. He ate it. But the reason I think he didn't do it, well, one of the reasons is because they offered Kelsey immunity. Now, for those that don't know, immunity is offered and given to people who have committed a minor crime in order to prosecute someone who's done a greater crime, a big crime. Typically, that's the spirit of it. But I've known people get immunity that have done major crimes or committed felonies. But the spirit of it was to offer it to people who's done like a misdemeanor, in order for them to be a witness on the prosecution side to convict somebody or prosecute somebody who's done a bigger crime. Think about it, man. Why would she take immunity, Kelsey? Like, what did she really do? She had a fight. She had a fight in public, on a public street, public intoxication. What did she really do to take immunity? It wasn't that serious, right? Having a fight, it's not that serious. Is that even a crime when two people are engaged in a fight and you really can't establish who started or who hit who first? Is that a crime, or do you just send them on their separate ways? So what did she do, or what could have been used against her in order for her to accept the immunity? Because let's say at worst, she could have got maybe a class C misdemeanor. I don't know, man. Maybe a ticket, public intoxication, public disturbance or something. I just don't see her taking immunity over something so minor. So I believe she took immunity because it could have been proven that she actually shot Megan. That's what I think. Because I'm not taking immunity over something so minor as I had a fight with a friend or former friend and I have no priors either. Just not adding up, man. That's not adding up. Nah. So that's the major reason I think he didn't do it. But he played a huge part in putting himself in the situation. He did, man. He was messing with two women. Was not keeping it real. Was not keeping it honest. He's messing with two women who were emotionally unstable. I believe one more so than the other. And it was a recipe for disaster, man. When you combine emotional women, aggressive women, and alcohol, yeah, it's a bad mix. Then you got a firearm in reach. It's a bad mix. And so he has to take some accountability for that. And he has to take accountability for not telling the truth if indeed he did not do this, and which I don't believe he did. Because trying to keep it real, trying to uphold an image or something, you take 10 years. You get 10 years for it. Dude's got the game on backwards, man. That's not snitching, man. If you didn't do anything wrong, if you're not engaged in criminal activity, and you tell on somebody, you set the record straight, because you are, and you're not trying to get yourself out of any trouble. You're just setting the record straight. I did not do that. That's not snitching. That's telling the truth. That's setting the record straight. Not only that, this guy is a citizen. But a lot of times these rappers and these R&B singers even try to uphold this image, the street image, and try to abide by street rules when they're not criminals. They're not street dudes. You know, that's who they sell their music to and they sell their image to, but that's not them. So here this man got 10 years for what I think comes from not telling the truth, trying to keep it too real. That's on him. But 10 years, I believe, is stiff. I think he was over sentenced. Like I said, I'd be surprised if he does the entire 10 years. This was not premeditated. This was not attempted murder. And you get 10 years. You know, this was foolishness at worst, or at best. But foolishness, man. Ignorance. You know, immaturity. That's what this was. Yeah, I don't think that man did that, but hey, that's where keeping it wrong goes wrong. Keeping it real goes wrong. So that's on him. But 10 years, man, that's stiff. Music changes every 2 years. So can he come back out and make some noise? Who knows? You know, I definitely know people are going to want to interview him, are going to want to pay him for interviews, are going to want a tell-all book. You know, they're going to want to publish his book. And if he comes out and says, you know, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I just kept my mouth shut, I didn't do it though, you know, he may make some noise and strengthen his image. Hey, we'll see though. We'll see. As always, toasters, love, peace.